Are any of you building courses, like online courses to either give away or sell to
Yeah.
your clients? Or your starting point would be is basically you want to start with a workflow that will reach out to these people. And, the trigger could be that you added a tag to that contact, for example, saying, and then from there, you want an email to be sent out to them. Let's just do test. So, you can have a series of different emails going through. And if you specifically want to set it up so that you're waiting for a response, you can do
Can this
wait.
track? So if like I have that hashtag and they put that hashtag into Instagram or Facebook, is there a way that this can go as far as to identify that specific hashtag and then bring them back into this?
If they respond to you on Instagram with that, with something containing that phrase, then yes. But if they're just posting it somewhere else on there isn't really an easy way. No, it doesn't really pull content from someone's general feed,
Okay.
which I think is what you're asking, right? Okay.
If they respond with it, so they get the email, there's a link, they go to, I guess, my Instagram page to post their answer, and I prompt them and they do use that hashtag, I could pick that up. The same way
Um,
you showed me I could pick up with the AI if they respond, if they're in my
right.
social media.
Yeah. The easiest way is if you send them an email or a text message and they reply to in that channel, either replying to that email or replying to that text thread. But with the AI, if for whatever reason they saw your email and decided to reply on Instagram, it would still pick that up and kind of put them into this
So like the
thread.
top, the trigger would create the email, and I could probably also create a social media post. And then they would
Yep.
all flow down similar to that same structure, capturing the response within each one of those mediums of communication.
Yeah. So there we go. This is like a pretty granular workflow in the sense that I have, if someone were put in my pipeline and it didn't move for 2 days, meaning this is a very quick turnaround. I want the leads to make a decision or respond very quickly. So if a lead is stuck in a stage for more than 2 days, I want them to get a text message saying, "Hey, are you still interested in this? Let me know." And then from there, it will wait
See
just
opportunity.
6 hours. It'll wait 6 hours and then say, okay, did the person reply? If they did, then it will put them into this branch. If they did not reply, it'll send them one last ditch attempt to get them to respond. And on the yes branch, if they did reply, we can even get more specific. It'll recognize what the response was. Was the intent a yes, that they are still interested, positive or yes? It'll put them in the branch on the left. If they responded saying no, then it'll put them in the middle response and say, great, thanks for letting us know. We'll go ahead and update you. And then it'll add them as a nurture. Person's not interested in buying right now. We're going to move them into a different nurture sequence. So you can get very specific about, okay, did the person reply, yes or no? If they did reply, are they interested or not? And then just move them into their appropriate nurture sequences accordingly. So Robert, where, this is obviously different from the one I was in the process of building out for you, but you could do something similar where you invite someone to your 100K challenge and say, what would you do or what could you do with the 100K? If they respond, and depending on what they do, you can put them into one of these follow-up sequences to invite them to your challenge.
So I'm looking to have like a members area.
Okay.
So it's only for my paying clients. Nobody's going to be buying those courses without working with me. It's two group coaching programs. I just like to have a place to put all the resources, all the replays, videos, that kind of stuff, rather than just sharing a Google Drive folder like I'm currently doing.
And maybe, what I'll do is I'll create one for everyone on these calls so that maybe that's a good way to try to get familiar with it. This is what that community feature looks like. This is what a community looks like in here. You have your different discussion threads. You can make it very focused on particular topics, so it's not just cluttered in, like a Facebook group would be. But Suzanne, you're talking about having your paying clients.
Yeah.
What you can there's a couple different options there. You can make this group free. You can make it a one-time buy-in of $100 or whatever you want to do, or you can make it a subscription base where they pay $20 a month to maintain access to it. Or you could just make it free here and then make it invite only. So from this view, there's the two groups, open to everyone, and then another one that's a little bit more exclusive for your paying customers. Having the two groups and two levels, that just you have your open one, and that could generate interest for your higher ticket or your bigger, your more exclusive group.
Do you have to set up a funnel page that basically has join here and then it links to this?
In that case, you would have to get some kind of opt-in. Like, I can set up a form here so that, if they signed up on this form, when that happens, it triggers an automation saying, I want you to grant membership access to this particular user. So that automation would look like, the trigger would be a form fill. And then from there, I want the action to be grant group access. And then I would pick my group. You can have a form on your website saying, join my coaching community or whatever you want to call it. And if they fill that out, it will automatically add them to that group. And then you can send them the login information via text and email to access it. So yeah, that is probably the best way to do that.
Once we set that up and we're pretty confident and happy with what it is, what is the step to, I guess, test that on our end to know that? Is there a way to run it before you publish it?
Good question. So basically, for example, here, this workflow it gets triggered if someone fills out a form on my landing page specifically for a course that I built out. It's triggered by one of these form fills. Basically, if I have someone go into my free course page and sign up there. So the best way to do that is to say, okay, what form is this filled out by? I'm going to go and open a new tab in incognito mode. I'm going to fill it out as a test user and then see, okay, you know what? Did it actually put that contact in the workflow? And you can see, okay, you know what? These are the people that signed up. This is the timestamp, and you can see exactly when it executed each step. And if for whatever reason there's something wrong, it will tell you that, this stage was not executed because this particular item was missing.